Yo! What is up, everybody? What is up, Hunter? What is up, Mac? What's up? 20-second on my ad? Okay. I'll wait. Yo, Hunter, thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the tier 1. What is up, y'all? How is the audio? Can you hear the music? How is it compared to me? Let me know. We got 14 people in here. What is up, y'all? Oh, I got this founder badge? True! Wait, that's sick. Yo, hype train? Oh my gosh. Yo, thank you, Bells, for the subscription. Yo, how's the audio? Let me know. Let me know. Is it too loud? What's the vibe? Why isn't it updating my message? Gosh. What's up, Kenny? You're slightly quiet? Okay. Let me see. My audio is all the way up. Well, my mic audio. Oh no. He's out the basement? Look, I was there. It was just easier that time. Nobody's really home right now, so. Alright, yo, so what is up? How's the audio? Anybody but Hunter, can you please give me your thoughts? Is the music too loud or not? It's not that bad? Okay, cool. Alright. Well, audio seems fine. Okay, cool. And you can hear the music? It's not too quiet? Okay, cool. Alright, if it does get let me know. I might lower it very slightly. I'm gonna do... Alright, chat! What is up, y'all? Oh my gosh, what a week. There's so much to talk about. First of all, if you can't tell, I got my subscription button up. Let's go. Took only 5 years. But we got there. Thank you for the subscriptions, Hunter and Bells. Appreciate y'all. It is very appreciated. Of course, that also means that I am required to have ads, but I basically made it so that there's no easy $10. Hell yeah, dude. There's no ads when you get into the stream, so you can at least check it out for a little bit. And be around, and there should only be about like 3 minutes of ads every hour or so, which is, I think, not unreasonable. And if I did any less, it means that people have to join and there's an ad, and I'm not really a big fan of that, especially when it's like a podcast. So, I don't know, I haven't really liked that. So, 2 ad breaks, that means you won't have another one for however long. If it was a minute and a half, you won't have another one for like another half hour or so. So, it should be 3 minutes every hour. But, you know, if people don't like it, maybe we can change it and shift things around. But, yeah. So with that being said, chat, oh my gosh, so much to talk about. This week was so hectic. Where's the section on driving to? We won't be talking about that here today. What's good, Dan? We will not be talking about that today. You can, you can kind of make your own. You can have your own perspectives on that. That's not going to be handled here on the stream today. But we will be talking about a bunch of stuff. We'll be talking about Big Foe that happened last weekend. We're going to go through the locals, Gommel, some of the pools in Gommel. We're going to talk about the truth. I'm not going to reveal what the truth is until we get there. You know, people can make their guesses and everything. But the truth about New England Melee in the future, you know, present and future. Talk about some beef from Hog. You know, if you've been paying attention yesterday, there's some stuff cooking up over there, so can we talk about that? The truth all appears true. And of course we have our hot take section. Electropod is back. That's exactly right, Lunar. That's exactly right. What's up, dog? Good to see you, homie. Good to see you. Yo, I4 effect. Let's fucking go. W women. Let's go. We love to see that. We love to see that. Let's go. That's I feel like that's such an unreal. Like, good shit. Were they even in have they even been in like a major grand finals before? That's unreal. But yeah, and then of course we have our hot take section. Mac, thank you for the subscription, appreciate you. And then yeah, if you have hot takes, they played good doubles and look at the best team in top 8. Wow, that's not an easy thing for Eddie to say, calling other people good. That's wild. They won a fight pit. Oh, I didn't even know that. All right, good shit. Good shit. But of course, if people have hot takes at all, remember to DM me the hot take, give it as a voice message, a voice memo, and we'll play it on the stream when we get there. But yeah. Let's get right into it, chat. Let me pop open. So I've been thinking. I kind of don't like switching screen, so bear with me as I kind of edit this layout a little bit right now. Okay, chat? Just bear with me, okay? Last 2 sets of strat was cheese, and cheese the worst fox on the screen. And that's how it goes. There's always going to be a weakest player, you know? You can have Zane, Cody, you know, Mango, H-Fox, and there will be a weakest player. So that's just how it goes, you know? Alright. So we're going to edit this layout just a tad, chat. Just a tad. So bear with me. Also, I forgot. This song is kind of fire. I'm going to replay it. Shaq, thank you for the hot take. Alright. Yo, the Georgia... Yo. Love cheesing the weekly good double. Yeah, no, yeah, that's exactly right. You gotta do it. Alright. Boom. Yeah, thank you so much for the subscription, y'all. Super appreciated. Love the support. People seem to really enjoy these streams, so we love the support. Bro, I feel so tall right now. I don't know, Dan. I feel like you're always the shortest guy in the chat, man. Also, what's up, dog? Dude, Dan, I finally have a sub button. Subscribe, dog. You should totally subscribe. Height check? He's like 5'6", you know. Alright, we're editing the layout, chat. A little bit. It's not the best, but it'll work. I'll make sure people see the screen. There we go. Boom. You're not 5'6"? I don't know, man. Can eat peanut. Yeah, begging for subs? Yo, no, I saw what you just put in the server, dog. What are you talking about, bro? Do you not this guy, bro. Give him a break. Yes, give me a break, dude. You know how much how much I'm paying for that shit, bro? That's unreal, bro. It's your cheering order? You figured it out. Brother, you have no idea. You have no idea. Alright, chat. Let me pull up Fotai. Oh yeah, it's on fucking Perry. Hi, B. How you decide to cheer for? Alright, lay it on me. What do you... You reverse engineered it through black box testing. Yo, Noah, while you're at it, you should totally subscribe. Alright, how's that look? Alright, it could be... the bracket. The cropping is awful, man. Bro, I don't have... there's no room, man. Gets friends, women, Fox players in his region, the underdog. Now call me tall. We're gonna have to work on that, Dan. We're gonna have to work on that. Different to use prime subs. True. Any primers? Wait, can I do this? Alright. Honestly, this is not bad. Pyromaniac. Whoa, wait, I haven't. Are you Pyro the Melee? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen your. If that's you, I haven't seen your tag in like years. And wait, you're like the Fox player, right? Dude, we used to play during all the time back in the day, bro. Just not the reputable. What was the reputable one? Get ignoring myself. Oh, thanks for this. Maybe Cody Schwab is between Fox players, and I have to see Cody versus for to know for sure. I would cheer for. I would cheer for Cody. Sorry, I for perfect. Okay, look, you gotta draw the line somewhere. You never competed? Okay, might be. Never mind. All right, chat. We gotta talk about Big Foe time. Oh, he's big time now. Hold up. All right, chat. So we had a pretty big regional. Ken blew up and acts like he doesn't know nobody. That was the day when he cut me off. Dan, I never cut you off, bro. I never cut you off, bro. I'm always in the streams, man. I'm always in the streams. All right, so chat, Bigfoot was very interesting for a number of reasons. I'm not gonna talk about everything because there's one big thing. Well, I'm not gonna talk about the biggest implication of this tournament until later. I remember having go debates with this guy. I was always arguing for LeBron, but this guy, that's just not true. Now we're lying. What? No, I would never argue for Jordan, bro. Jordan is not my go, bro. Thorough curl believe. All right. So, I think how many people were at this tournament? 36 people. Oh yeah, biggest tournament in a couple of months. That's cool to see. You're a thorough curl believer, dude. He's a beast, man. But that is not the implication of this tournament. It is not the implication of this event. Anyway, let's start with the first rounds. Kale Tartwood was here randomly. Shout out Kale. She's usually playing P+ these days, but she decided to pull up. That was cool. Any big upsets that happened here? Oh yeah, Ember entered as the pink homie. That's wild. Zach beating Austin is tough. And the Fox did though. That's tough. But honestly, Zach's Fox is pretty good. All right, so obviously the biggest upsets, of course, got to be Rex over Nick and Ben over Tori. Some unreal upsets, but I'm not gonna talk about it. We're gonna wait until later because this is this is part of the later segment. But shoutouts to them. I think, okay, obviously Nick and Noah go back and forth, but I don't know. The last few sets have Noah it feels like he's figured out some anti-Game & Watch stuff. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it feels like. In any case, obviously, Coffee made a solid run here. Did go Game 5 with Jack. Not relevant, right? And then took a game off David, but David kind of swept them. And then the losers, you'll suspect he'll get the Fox next. We'll see. We'll see. It's going to lead to NH slander? I have no idea what you're talking about. All right. So in losers... Oh, wait. I forgot. There was another big upset. I think... Yeah, dude. Krill over Kevin. 3-0. This is unreal. Kevin, I'm sorry, man. Look, all left to Krill. Krill's a beast. This is an 11 seed upset. This is That's tough. That's unfortunate for Kevin. Although I know he's not very good. I know he doesn't really like Marth. I don't know. I have no idea. But shout out to Krill. Obviously a killer win. And then, yeah, we get into losers. Let's talk about losers. So, Burn on a little bit of a run here. Should be Life is Arbitrary into Bees into Krill, who obviously beat Kevin, and then beat Zax Fox. Zax Fox is good, solid win, and then lost to Isaac for 9. Pretty good showing. I think that's a, what is that, like 2 seed difference. So solid stuff for Burn. And then Ember on secondaries beats Alex. That's tough, although Ember is obviously quite good. And then I think his top 8 was pretty normal. Yeah, Nick over Isaac 3-0. Was this Game & Watch or was this Fox? That I'm curious about. But if no is no. Well, I suspect probably Fox. And then Tori over no is not surprising. Ben over Nick. This is, well, I mean, this is kind of a long time coming. Shout out to Ben for this. And then Tori kind of sweeps the best and then just loses to David. So, Full-Time Big Mode, I think it's become a mainstay in terms of one of our biggest events. It's super cool to see. Shout out to all the TOs that run this event. And, yeah, shout outs to the big upsets that we'll be talking about a little later. All right. With that being said, let's go into the locals of the week. It needs a stream. Dude, it does, man. It's actually so tragic that there's a stream. Okay, on that note, I'm actually so... I was never with the whole you have to be there shit. Like, we have such great players. There's no reason to not show them off to the rest of the, like, world that can want to watch. I just don't know. Like, I get it, but also there's a reason why every single major has a stream. NH slander means nothing from him? That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. Can you? I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off until later. All right. Anyway, let's get into the locals of the week. May Flash Monday. Hold up, chat. That was close, guys. Let me see. Alright. If they don't want to stream it on Twitch, we can just get them Aaron style switching for all the matches to be broadcast. It's true. Bro, don't message me 10:30 a weekday for Melee. Dog, you're up all the time, man. You play Melee like into the AM. I've seen you be up that much. Also, what's up, Eric? How you doing? Oh, you work at 6 a.m.? Alright, fair enough. Might be, bro. Alright. May Flash Mondays. See what happened here. New England players. Well, STJ lost to Biro. That is unfortunate. Them. Shout out to Biro, I guess. Spooky went game 5. Oh. Okay. Did take a game off STJ's Pika. Or, not Pika. Jigglypuff. And then, who are the other New England players here? Yo, we need more New England players to enter this event. What? What's happening, chat? I know I'm guilty. But also, like, where is it? There's no Monday event, chat. More people need to enter this. But shoutouts. I think there's multiple folks behind. Obviously, Sunlu does the main organizing, but there's like a bunch of people that stream this event, and Lottie helps. I think there's a social media page. Shout out to all the people that do. Don't look at me. I was raiding an old school RuneScape. Okay, there's a Tuesday event. I gotta sleep. No, you're just saying that because you got upset when you entered, bro. It's okay. We can say that you're scared. Like, there's no problem with that. You know, we can say you don't want to play Spooky and you don't want to get upset again. We can just say that. There's so many posts on Lotu that's like working an 11-hour shift and then dealing with that. Whatever, man. It's just singles out, so it runs much faster. Oh, is there no? Oh no! Wait, I would totally enter this when I can. You're gonna money match Spooky at Supernova. That's why you're going. That's wild. I respect it. Bro, spending $500 for a money match. Respect, dog. Spooky isn't going to Supernova. Noah just wasted $500, bro. Yo, while you're at it, can you like hit me with the sub though too? Or what? All right. So that's Mayflash Mondays. We need more New England players to enter this, but shout out Sunloon for running. Primes are free, Drew. Any primers, true. All right. Moving on to. You know what? No, I'm gonna wait on NGP. We're gonna talk about NGP later. Damn, that's tough, Eddie. That's tough. All right, we'll talk about NGP later. Wednesday, 1 up. Why do I always forget when it is it the 29th? All right. So pretty normal one up. I will say Blip did take a set of Alex Future Shock, and the reset was looking close. If anybody was watching, I think Blip sucks to 1 on game 4. So there's a world where Blip takes the tournament, but hey, look, Alex he locks in at the 1 up venue. He just does. Shouts Crab Feathers for going regularly. I think that's cool to see. You know, we have another just like strong player that's around. More Foxes for Massachusetts means a better matchup into New Hampshire, but a worse matchup into Connecticut. Brother, we can't have a worse matchup into Connecticut if you guys don't show up to events. Period, bro. Alright. So yeah, I mean, no, Blip's a beast. Like, taking a set of Alex is no joke. And I think, you know, like, Blip's a solid player. Nobody plays him because he doesn't go to regionals. We're on our New York arc? Oh yeah, the Mark Ditto Grands event. The Mark Ditto Grands event? Alright. We did have a new Wednesday tournament today. Or this week. What was it called? Melee at Gambrinos. Is it just this? The heck? Oh, here we go. Gambrino's Gaming Series. Oh. Shoutouts. Yeah, we have a new weekly. Shoutouts, Generic, Ultimate Player Generic from New England. Shoutouts for putting together a, you know, adding Melee to the Ultimate Weekly, I guess? Or, no, this was originally going to be Ultimate Weekly, and then, Melee was added, so shoutouts. It seems like the Worcester folks are supporting it. I think it's cool. It gives the Western Mass folks, I know that it's further away, but it gives them a Friday, like, when Friday isn't happening for Prod, it gives them an event to do that week. So, I think that's cool. But, yeah, this event was interesting. So, Drawroad was here and made, like, a pretty solid run. 3-1 over Rudy, 3-0 over AJ, and then went Game 5 with King Cool's. That's pretty beast. Drawroad was a beast. And then in losers, he ended up beating Krill. Lost to AJ in the run back, that's fine. Kurt did beat Cool Slice here, but I was told that there was an issue. I was told that game 4 issue here, I think Cool Slice's controller broke. So, obviously, shoutouts to Kurt for like taking it there. But that is worth noting. And then AJ took a set off Kurt. This is an unreal upset. No one was talking about this except for me. I mean, I gave it the extinction event. Right? But this is a sick win. Like, this is a beast win, and didn't just beat the Marth, but took a game off the Sheik. So, shout out to AJ. Definitely a beast. Just another Luigi player. The mid-tiers, they just keep piling up, you know? Don't tell Eddie. Alright, moving on to Thursday. We had Mark. Retro Knights. Small tournament this week. Could be due to the Wednesday event. I don't know. I don't know what... I mean, my hope is that both of them succeed. But it is possible that there might be some cannibalization going on between the two events. So they might have to try and figure out how to balance it. I was told that there was some NBA Jam being played for some of this tournament. So take that with a grain of salt. But it looks like, you know, JP seems to have... Oh, no, JP did actually lose... Cool Slice's secondaries. But they ended up closing it out, so shout out to JP for closing it out. Even though Cool Slice's secondaries, that's still a pretty solid player you have to beat to win a tournament. So shout out to JP. And then I hope Worcester kind of figures it out with these two events. It's always cool to have more events, but you got to figure out the way to balance it properly, etc., etc. And then I'm gonna hold off on talking about Hog because whole segment on it later, so we're gonna hold off. And then Friday there was Fotai? No, Friday's today. Is there Fotai today? There is, right? Or what? Oh yeah, there is. And there is no prod. So we'll talk about this. Talk about what this event looks like. I think Nick is going. Obviously, no David. No David, no Tor. Yeah, it looks like kind of like a Nick sweep. But I don't know who Penguin Lord is. This is just a new tag I haven't seen before. Cat Scan, I don't. Just new players, I guess. Mac, lock in, dog. I feel like you can beat Juice Box, dude. Lock in, bro. I want to see that. See, this would be a good set to stream. Come on, chat. What's going on? I don't know if is M normal. Maybe, I'm not sure. But if not, maybe she would pull up. Maybe Jack. I don't know. But it seems like this is kind of what it's going to look like for the night. Exhibition rematch. True. Tours. What is the Tours emote? All right. So those are locals for the week. Oh, I think. Oh, yeah. Obviously, we're talking about the other events when they get to the segments. Means you're. Oh. Wait. It's a good point. Wait, look. What does it look like? Was it affecting the bracket itself? Could you see the bracket? Oh. Oops. Live and learn, true. Zoom in, scroll left. Oh wait, this is... How about this? Boom! We got there. Oh wait, why does it move like that? I hate that it moves. Alright, that's fine. Why does it move like that? Alright, whatever. Oh yeah, I guess yeah. Juicebox Groggy would be a good set to watch. I don't know Penguin Lord, I don't know Cat Scan. Salad I do know. Pretty solid Falco player. Then oh wait, maybe you know what? This is probably the move here. Yeah, let me just do that. Boom. Oh no. Parry? I don't know why Parry works like this. Does it? Hold on. Let me look at what Star GG looks like. The thing about Star GG is that yeah, the bracket's just smaller. Feels like I can work more with, but maybe I have to hit up the parry guys. Yeah, Star GG is fine, right? I might have to hit the parry guys just because it's not as clean. I feel for this particular use case right now. Although I do probably need to work layout a little bit. Layout could use some work, but I still don't know like how the best way to. Because the problem is that I don't know. It is a bracket, so it kind of needs the whole window. I don't know. Hey, people are sick. They are sick. They listen to problems. All right. Next up, we got Gommel. We went over all the locals. Talk about Gommel. Obviously, that's this weekend, chat. There's a lot of things to talk about. Bunch of New England players there. Bunch of Pikachu players, true. Alright. Dude, I saw that. I did see Jeichu. So, yeah, I think he was up on Aklo. But Aklo just locked in. It is what it is. It's just how it is. But let's go through this melee bracket. Let's see what's going on. So we had a couple DQs. I think Salt DQ. Is he DQ'd? Oh, here we go. Swift, is Swift here? Swift being here is sick. Alright, let's go through these pools pretty quickly to see what's going on, if there's any rather New England players and some interesting matches here put on projected. What's happening here? Tori's in this pool, okay. Tori Kyle. Tori probably gonna sweep. Tori Dawson is interesting. Tori Dawson, obviously Tori's probably good against Jigglypuff. Although she did lose to Little Mitts today. Love Little Mitts. I'll respect Little Mitts. But did lose to Mitts in the ladder. Is what it is. If she wins that, she does get the Salt D. Oh, wait a minute. There could be a Tori run in the books, chat. There might be. Just somewhere in there. Because the Salt's DQing, right? Tom Fryer would take it all. I can believe it. I can believe it. So if she beats Dawson, where'd she be? She gets the Salt DQ into Slug. Wait a minute, chat. Obviously, we know how good Tori is against Ices, right? And then if she beats Slug, she gets Rat Monster, which is a tough pull. Not gonna lie. Who's the Salt DQ? Blesse. I guess Blesse could beat Tori, but I don't know how good Blesse is in comparison to, like, Zach. Maybe you would know, Dan. Like, they're, like, close, maybe? Maybe Tori loses to... She's bad against Pikachu, so maybe she just loses to Blesse. I don't know. But I would hope that she wins that and then beats... And then she could go on a run here. This is all of Sheik's worst matchups, yes, but they're, funnily enough, all of Tori's best matchup. You know what I'm saying? I think she cleared them last time, but he's honestly playing versus Sheik. Okay. What is up, Carmine? Good to see you, homie. Also, what's up, Cordy? Didn't say hi to you. What's up? But yeah, honestly, there's a Tori run. I'm just saying, it could happen. She gets the Salt DQ, so she gets to beat well, assuming she beats Blesse. And then she gets Slug. She's good against Ices. She gets Rapim. That's a bad draw for her. It's not good against Rapim. Like, Rapim cleared her when they played at Mate. But even still, that gives her, like, that's what? Let's say she loses to Rapim. What happens here? She gets Ginger? I don't know. There's a world... Okay, wait. Chat. There's totally a world... Does his Spark on Marth right now? Is that why he's seated this low? Or am I tripping? I don't know what's happening with Shark, with Spark. But I'm just saying, there's a Rishi beats Ginger or Spark beats Magi with Marth. And then there's a Marth here, and then she has to be a Marth for top 8. Obviously, unsure how, if that's actually going to happen, but I'm just saying, there's a world where Tori can get top 8 at this event. I'm just saying. And it honestly would make sense. There's a lot of really good... Like, she has a solid run to make. I'm just saying. So, Tori, if you're watching, you gotta lock in. Alright. Moving on to the second pool. So there's Axe. Yeah, there are a lot of Pikachus. I4's in this pool. Okay. Any New Englanders? No New Englanders? Oh, Moop. Moop J-Cam, that's a tough draw. J-Cam's a beast. Especially that matchup. Who would Moop play in losers? Oh, there's a redemption bracket. Wait a minute. Is this like legit redemption, or is this like just a second bracket? Who does Dark Genetics Path? Yeah, that is Nightmare, yeah. Well, let's keep going here. Next pool. Okay, the ossified pool. Ben's here, okay. Ben gets Goose. Ooh, I don't hate that. Wait, where's Amp from? Ooh, Amp is from Ontario. Yeah, that means probably Beast against Luigi. That's a bad draw. That's tough. But I mean, I guess if he pulls it through, pulls it out, you know, he gets ossified, which I mean, ossified probably has played Coin a bunch, and probably Misfire. That's tough side of the bracket. But you know, is. And then who else is here? Hoobie is here. That's why I haven't seen that tag in a while. Red Melee, Dirt Boy. Dirt Boy, shout out to Dirt Boy. Obviously plays PM, but has been getting into Melee recently and is just like getting better and better. Shout outs to him. He's yeah, Ben, tough draws, but like maybe. Maybe. Alright, next pool. Wait, is Chem DQing? Is that why? Okay, Chem's probably DQing. Okay. Owen is here. Owen Joey. Okay, wait a minute. I could see Owen totally winning that, actually. Although, maybe he doesn't have a lot of experience against us, but, like, honestly, that matchup is horrible. So, and then you get Rapim, which is a tough draw. But it could be cool. He's played and cleared the Nest online a bunch of hurt. Okay, cool. Alright, bet. Word. Snivy! Oh my gosh. Wait, Snivy's a beast. Plays Fox. Skullbro's in here. I could see ooh, Skullbro, Rap M for top 64. I could see that. Isaac is in this pool. Okay. Isaac, Kalindi's tough. KGH is a beast. That matchup is extraordinarily difficult, obviously. And KGH isn't gonna give any freebies. Thank you, Love Shack, for the time. Appreciate you. Much appreciated. Thank you so much, dog. Cappuccino is here. Okay, Cappuccino knows a grinder. Who does Isaac have in lose? If Isaac beats KGH somehow, he does get Mar, though. That's a good draw. Alright, and losers. Who do we got? Cappuccino. I can. Wait! Why is this seated to play? What the heck? Yo! What the heck? Well, I'm surprised neither of them actually asked to change it, but it might not happen. It could be, yeah. It's I believe it. It's pretty deep into losers. Still though, why would it's like not unreasonable for it to happen, right? It's not really unreasonable for Owen to Joey and Isaac to lose the KJH. You know what I mean? You got Owen there, oh for sure. I mean, Owen tends to do pretty good against Isaac. But either way, I think both of them can beat Cappuccino, and then Yada, or is it Yada? Is it Yada? I might say, I think Bennett said Yada, or I don't know. Either way, top draw, you have a Sheik. Both of them, maybe you don't want a Sheik, but maybe Isaac is good against Sheik. So I don't know. There's a world here where Isaac, and wait, hold on. So if Owen beats Joey, then he's on this side, and he gets Skullbro. That's a good matchup, too, to get. Although I don't know how much experience he gets against Doc. But if he beats Doc, he gets Mar. That's a tough draw. Mar has so much Falcon experience. Zaza, Goose, MG, none. Yeah, that's a tough draw for Owen. But, man, yeah, none of these draws are easy. It is Gommel. That's just how it works. It's going to be like that. Okay. Meep is here? I feel like Meep always pulls up to Gommel. That's funny that he's here. Okay. He's probably playing DK, if I had to guess. That's cool that he's here. Anybody else in this pool? J-Killer, okay. Juicebox is obviously the top 100 player Juicebox, so... Meep, I mean, I wish he would just play Sheik, but I know he's just a DK player these days, unfortunately. So, don't know how much he's going to be able to do. Next pool. This is the Eli pool. Ooh, wait, Zach is here. Zach Dreffen, actually. Wait a minute. I could totally see that upset. And then you get Eli as your reward. Honestly, I don't hate it. I don't hate it for Zach. Zach is pretty good against Marth. And Eli, I don't know how much tough experience he actually has these days. I mean, maybe he's playing SDJ a bit, but like, it's not like Stock Exchange has that many puffs. So, oh wait, no, not Big Buffalo though. Although Big Buffalo did take a set recently, so honestly, Zach, you might be cooking here, maybe. There's a world. Let's say you lose to Dreffen, what happens here? Ooh, you get Geo for top 64. I don't hate it. Don't hate it, although I do know Geo really likes that matchup, so. And if you beat Dreffen, you get Mateo. Big Buffalo took a set of equals Falco? Oh, it was Falco. Oh, you're right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know then. Maybe it is a tough draw, but I could see Zach making it even through losers. Like, you get Geo, it's not... Falco is... You're good against Falco, so... See Zach in top 64. Alright, let's keep going. Next pool. Prof is here. I forgot about Prof. Damn, Burn get Prof. That's a tough draw. Sheik or Marth. Brandon's in this pool. Brandon gets... I think this is, Quiggles. I can see Brandon beating Quiggles. She can do it. I also don't know... Like, I know that Lunar Dusk is also from Canada, but I don't know how much Lunar Dusk is playing, like, the Toronto guys. You know what I mean? So, Quiggles might just not be that good against ISIS or prepped, I don't know. And if you beat Quiggles, Brandon gets a Donkey Kong, which is a good... Like, if I guess any top player that the ICs to like make a big upset on, it would be the DK player. Ben, what's up, dog? Man, we were just talking about your pool, man. It kind of sucks, man. I'm sorry. We choked Cruz? No, what happened? Hold on. Wait. Oh no. Wait, but you kind of wait a minute. You beat yo. You beat Sebas? Sebas, Eli rocks. Let's fucking go. Oh. Was it close? Hey man, what's up, Brandon? Brandon, we were just talking about you. Isn't that beyond Dreffen? No. Misfire, Get Bear because it's not real? It is real, man! Oh my god. People who got moved, let's fucking go, dude. It is real, dude. Look, just put me in all the edgeguard situations and I crush. I crush. Let's fucking go, Ben. Good shit, was it stream somewhere? I want to see if we can see it, watch it or something. But I was just saying, Ben, your pool was kind of unfortunate. What's up, Burn? Yo, why is everybody here? What's the heck? Can y'all go enjoy Gobble? You don't have to be here right now. Yeah, your pool's tough, dude. You get Goose, and Goose is like probably played Amp so often. On the side stream? Okay, I might have to check it out. Where Airbnb? Okay. Got you. So you get Goose, which I don't hate. Wait, I want to go find your pool. Now that you're here. Now that y'all are all here. Might as well. Is this your pool? Loki, hey, everyone have to play. Yeah, it's tough, dog. Yo, while you're here, we have a sub button. So y'all should totally subscribe, you know? Any primers or what? You're not being Dirt Boy? Dude, stop. What? Saying? You think I made of money? You're at a major. Wait, what is your pool, man? Oh my god. Is it this? Am I tripping? We're poor as hell? Oh my goodness. The major with fake Canadian money that's not real? You can... You're right. You're actually so right. Can't afford to spend all my money in Canada. The first wave of... Is it just this? We did spend $10 million more than we bought already? Oh my god. Ben, I've lost your pool, man. Rocco Chief, thank you for the pool. It's in the first wave? Brother. Okay, so it's this one. Here we go. Okay, yeah, Goose is a tough draw for you. But I could see it somehow. I can see it, Ben. Are you goofy, bro? I'm not goofy. Ossify is tough, because Ossify probably plays Misfire a bunch. But I could see... Goose is also really hard. This is tough. But in losers, you're tripping that you can't beat Fred Melee. What are we talking about? What Luigis are over in the UK, bro? You're tripping, man. Ben, why are you like this, bro? And of course you can beat Dirt Boy. What? You don't play much? Okay, okay. Who do you think is going to win the whole thing? Probably Zane, because there's nobody else that's like that good here. Like, obviously Moki's here, but I don't think Moki... Zane. He plays Jaw? Oh, he does play Jaw. What? Okay. Dude, I don't know these people. These are fake players. No, Ben, you got this, bro. Come on, dude. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. All right, let me go back to these other pools because I'm talking about other. Where's Brandon and Burn pool? I was just talking about it. Here we go. Burn, obviously, Prof is a tough draw. Prof's a fucking beast. And then Brandon. Brandon, I can see a run for you, man. You gotta lock in, though. You can totally beat Quiggles, number one. Okay? And if you beat Quiggles, you get a DK player. That's good, dude. If you had to beat any top player and make an upset, I would bet on you against the DK. I would. And I think Dial M is low-key gonna get tilted. Because he's like 15 years old. So you just lock in. Like, you actually can do it, dude. Not like that monkey. Yes. Alright. And then losers... Burn... I don't know who Flare is. Picante thought... I think Dial M beat Moth. Okay. Yeah, you're better than Moth, is what you are. Lock in. Still, though, I feel like that's not a matchup you can like consistently be good in. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I could see it. If I had to guess, if you told me that Dial M got upset by somebody, I would say that it probably was a mid-tier. You know what I mean? I wouldn't guess like a Sheik, a Fox, or a Falco. I think. Maybe Falco, actually. But I feel like Ices would be in the mix of characters I would think that would upset Dial M, you know? Ben obviously beat Dial M, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright. But then losers Brandon, I don't know who Glove Glitter Slide is, or whatever. Raptor, I don't know. I don't know these players, I'm sorry. But MGMG, there's a world. Brandon, there's a world. I have faith in you, just lock in. Alright. Next pool. Waffles is here, what the heck? Let's go. Arton Thomas pool. Thomas? Let's go, Brandon. What else is here? Tommy. Ooh, this is the Tommy pool. I forgot Tommy was here. Low key. Wait a minute. Tommy? Who does Tommy have here? I feel like Tommy can be... That's like... No break. If I had to guess that Tommy made a big upset, you could guess a mid-tier. You know what I'm saying? Had Magi. You're tripping? Why am I tripping? Oh, okay, yeah. Then he gets Mad Drive. Which also he can win. And then he gets H-Box. Yo, imagine H-Box Tommy on the side stream. Hold on. Hold on. No, Morse is really good, obviously. But it is Samus tough. Not bad. I don't hate it. Man, there's actually so many pools. I might have to go a little faster on these because I want to get to see the other stuff of today. Okay, no New Englanders here. Okay. Noah. Okay, Noah, what do you got? Okay, you get Zod. Okay. J-Mook is a tough draw. Fuck David. Was he in the other pool? I totally missed him. Oh, okay. Low key, I could see him losing the grab. But sure. And then you get H-Box in top 64. Oh, brother. It's tough for David. But maybe. Not New England. Alright, yeah. Noah, you get J-Mook's obviously probably literally the single worst draw you could have asked for. If I had to guess, of a top player. But, you know, it is what it is. And then in losers, who is Sweet? Any knowers? Who is this person? Whatever, you're seeded to win, so I'm not quite sure, but I have faith in you. And then losers, who do you have? No. Tommy has Goose. It's a bad draw for Tommy. If he has to go to Florida Fox, okay. Ontario Peach. Does beating Zane, but Bum seeded to beat him. I think no. I feel you can win that. No, it's Jamie Glocky. Yeah. Nah, dude. Oh man, that's tough. In losers, who do you have? Mar. I don't hate it actually. There's like no Mars up there besides Mar, right? And wait, then you get Eli. Wait a minute. Noah. There's a world, man. We have to give you our energy to beat Eli, okay? You have to lock in, dog. Alright. Let's keep going. Kurt. Okay, Kurt Zeker. Zeker probably gonna go Fox. He's probably never played a Sheik like Kurt. There's a world where there's no world. There's a world I also lose to Freeze. Well, where did this music come from? This is just part of the playlist. It's in like a gamer music playlist. Okay, Amp. Ooh, Amp Arn. Wait a minute. Oh, Ren? Wait, this pool's kind of fun. Awkward seed. Okay. Wait, why did they seed Arn and Awkward? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, Amp. Dude, I can see an Amp run though. But also I can see Arn defeating Amp. And then getting Ginger. Anything can happen in Falco. Anything can happen in Marth Falco. Alright. Anybody else here? Okay, losers. Ren, who do you got here? Hopper? Crispy King? Who is that? Yo, bless your heart? Bro, no faith, man. You should be the one that's coming in, lock in and win this. What's up with that? What's up with that? When Zane popped off on the national scene, it was overplugged. Ooh, wait, you're spitting at. Hold on. Wait a minute. You're not saying shit about me beating Amp? I have nothing to say on that. No, I'm just kidding. But Swebby, I could see it maybe. Low key, I can see it. That guy's ass? Damn. Oh, you actually hate Ren? No, bro. I win one match, but it doesn't believe in me? I didn't say that, bro. I didn't say that. That was just your implication. No, bro. I can see you beating Swebby. Bro, you're actually so. Oh my god, I can't. You're just gonna hold that over me now. That's okay. That's okay. See me in bracket next time we play. See me in bracket. No one talks about the quick 3-0 that happened after that money match. Just saying. I think Swebby wins that. I believe in Ren. All right. I'll be training a Gambot to take over the stream when Law School starts. It'll be a stream of ink Conqueror's word interjected by Loki. I can see it. This guy's a beast. There's a world every 25 seconds. Look! Knowing a PR player flexing when on Unranked 2 tour? Look, man. I'm just talking shit. I'm just getting ready. I'm just getting ready for the world where you become a New England PR. See what I did there? Want a side bet if it happens? Noah. I don't have money like that, bro. Do you know how much money law school is gonna cost me, bro? You want to know? I don't want to hear it from you, man. I'm leaving New England before I'm PR. Don't say that, dude. Probably about 120K. Yeah, try like fucking double that, man. All right. The $1 I scammed out of you? No, it's okay. It's okay. Japan PR 2027. Are you gonna move to Japan? Scholarship game week? I did get a scholarship, but it's still expensive. This music, man? I can change to some of us? Okay, Hunter. Not everyone can be like, yo, Brandon, don't. What's up, bro? My lawyer is listening to this? This is not video game music? Bro, I don't know what to tell you. It's what's playing. What do you want to say? Look, I'll skip. I don't know. You can... Whatever. This is Unk music? Deserved, low-key? Alright. While y'all are shitting on me, you should totally subscribe. Right? Alright. Who's in this pool? Anybody? Any New England? Ooh, Devin! Devin Wally? Okay, chat? The E-Man playlist is Pride? Look, man. Yo, thank you again for the subscriptions, y'all. Seriously, much appreciated. Music is so ass. Alright. Wally, watch it now? I wouldn't be surprised if Green Sash won. That's what I'm saying, right? Alright. I low-key and I am skipping, actually. Also, I'm lowering it a little bit for you. It was a little loud. I like the club music. Thank you, Hunter. Is there anything your all-seeing eyes don't believe in? I played Wally like 3 weeks ago and was 3-stock game until you rage quit the sesh. What club are you going to? Dude, Hunter goes to all the rich clubs. You don't even know. We can't hang with him like that, man. Honestly, we should be, like, singing his praises for being in this chat right now. Anyway, Devin could be Wally. I wouldn't be surprised. And then gets Inky. Inky's a tough draw, but I don't know. There's a world. What experience does Inky have for Luigi? Is there any Luigis over there? Alright. Last wave, chat. Last wave of pools. No New Englander here. I got 7 ads. Fuck you. Look. Ads on Electric. Guess I should have subbed. I'll be back from golf. How long are the ads? Are they how long are they? Look, I just have to run ads if I have shit's like 3 minutes. Okay, then you won't have ads for the next hour. That's just how it works, dude. Look. Couldn't tell you. Facts, Hunter. Look, the reason I do 3 minutes is because if I do any less, there's ads when you join the stream, and they're more often. And it's like, okay, like that's kind of lame. I'd have to do one when you get in and one every 20 minutes. They can't hear you yet? Okay, true. Okay, I'll wait to talk about it. Tell me when people are back. I need to add some emotes. Wait a minute. Ads are over? Okay. You're a greedy profiteer who exploits your loyal fans. Enjoy my 3 cents? No, man. No. Okay, look. In my defense, I was supposed to add emotes, okay? And I'm going to do that hopefully next week. Alright? Once I do that, there'll be a benefit to subscribing outside of the ads. But look, the ads are necessary because that's just how it works. I'm an affiliate, alright, man? I'm sorry. Okay, it's not... Look. Greedy TO's allegations extending to you now? Look, man. $817 love. I'm gonna make some emotes. I'll probably just like steal a bunch of the ones. Maybe make some of my own too. I have no idea. But I have to do 3 minutes because if I do any less than 3 minutes every hour, there's gonna be more. They're gonna be more often, and there's one at minimum in the stream, and I don't really. That's not really my vibe, you know. Get big gay 7-7. All right. And let's see. Electro Bear. Ball would throw Vincent Van Gogh to the streets, treating Get this way he needs. He says for red. True! Get Edgeguard. Wait! Ben! Get Edgeguard is good, dude. Get Edgeguard is good. Wait, should it just be Luigi back here? Get Edging. It's just gonna... It's gonna be E-Man, probably. I might do E-Man there. I like that. 100k subscribers and you can pay for law school? Thank you, Noah. One day. Alright, any New Englanders here or what? Or did we already get through all of them? Get subathon? I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but we could maybe someday. Look, law school's gonna be tough. Get sweaty XD. Long pod. It is gonna be a long podcast. Look, this is how it goes when we have. He did that name 1,000 NEM players with zero financial incentive? Yeah, because it's not about finance. Unlike you, Noah, it's not about money for me, man. I do it for the love of the game. But for you, it's all about beating so you can pay for your major trip, bro. That's okay, I'm just saying. We're different like that. Would have gotten there if he was Twitch partner at the time. Wait, now that you're mentioning it. Since when has been about money for picks? Look, man. Whatever. Okay, we're nearly done here, but it's gonna be a longer podcast because, of course, there's a major. We gotta go through the pools. Can't use Prime sub until the 4th. Blames the. It's okay. What's up, Coffee? How's it going? This guy takes the community rail to 1-up. It's not about the money for him. Look, he's the guy who said. Whoa, Ben. All right. Yo, what are we doing? Ghent Mpreg is wild. Yo, what? Yo, we gotta chill. We gotta chill. Alright, yeah, there's no, that's all the New Englanders. Alright, top 64, I just want to look at briefly. Okay. We talked about Tori already. Kent Plan B is wild. That's wild! Yo! Wait! Oh yeah, David. That's tough. That's unfortunate. But hopefully Tori makes the upset. And doesn't have to play David down here. What Gant character is Gant Plan B? I feel like it's Falco. Don't say that, bro. Yeah, I think we talked about Gumball enough. We can move on, chat. We can move on. All right, next up, we're done with Gumble, chat. Let me fix this. Let me fix this scene. Well, actually, no, I don't need to because we have to talk about some very important things, chat. We need to talk about the truth. I'm here to lay down the law. All right, I'm here to tell everybody what you need to know, what the real truth is, what the people are hiding from you in New England right now. All right. Let me pull up. Electro woke, get handsome and successful. All right, so first of all, the catalyst for all this. Well, actually, wait a minute. Let me hold on before we even get this. Hold on. I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do this. I'll make myself real big here, okay? And we're gonna pause this music because I need to be real with y'all, chat, for a second. All right, I need to be real with you for a second. All right. All right, is everybody listening? Are there any ads right now? Big and true. Any ads? Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? Because I gotta tell you all the truth about what's happening. Nods, no ads. Okay. No ads. All right, chat. 5 minutes. I don't even have 5 minutes. Get big guy pants up. 30 minutes of ads. Okay, chat. Look, I'm here to say it, chat. Move over, New Hampshire, because it's the Massachusetts Kingdom is here. That's all I have to say. Look, Massachusetts is the best state right now. We're the best state. Move over, New Hampshire. Okay, and you heard it here first. You heard it here first. No one else will tell you this. Okay, but I'm just telling you all the truth. Massachusetts is the best state, bro. We're the best state. We win it. We win 5v5 against everyone. Okay. We win 10v10 easily. Right? We're making upsets left and right. All right. We're on the up. We're on the upswing. Okay. What the other states doing? New Hampshire? They've had the same top four for like a couple years. Come on now. All right. Connecticut? Where is Tommy, bro? Where is Nariel? Tommy almost lost to what the heck's his tag? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Time Bones. What's happening with that? What's up with that? You guys doing a weekly stand-up comedy and we're all choosing to watch it? No, I'm not. It's actually no laughing matter. Massachusetts is the best state. We're on the upswing. Russell's here. Younger's back. Coffee's here. All right. Noah's a top 100 player. And he down tilts. All right. Ben's on the up. Ben beat Dial M. Okay. We're there. We're there. Can't ever bring up Dial M? No, I'm gonna bring it up. If Tommy and Nariel went to stuff, well, they don't go to stuff. Ben Forstock had one that one time. True. Okay. All right. And I'm gonna show you the catalyst for all this. All right. I'm gonna show you it, and we're gonna talk about Bowtie Big Mode, and we're gonna talk about NGP this week. But tell your friends that Get said the Massachusetts is the best state. Tell the New Hampshire people, fuck New Hampshire. Hashtag fuck New Hampshire if you're Massachusetts. All right. Let's talk about it. That's the truth. And no one's going to tell you the truth but me. That's what you're here for. You're here for the truth. You're here for what's happening in New England. Okay? That's the truth. A charge bag don't... Hold on. I take it back. Hold on. Hold on. All right. First of all, let's talk about New England. Okay. As an aside, people keep saying that Nick is the best Fox. All right? What's happening, bro? I love Nick, okay? But at the end of the day, look, right here, Nick's my boy. He might be here right now. He might be watching this later. He's my guy. But I gotta say it right now, Masters kind of got your number right now. All right? What's up with that? I'm up in the last 6 sets. Ben, you got double limited by Ben and Noah. Noah's won the last 2 sets. Devin seems to go at a different level when he plays you. Coffee? Bro, you haven't beaten Coffee yet? What's up with that? What's up with that, Nick? What's up with that? I'm just saying. Just saying. Massachusetts is there. All right? He's too busy touching grass? Okay, he does say that, but at the same time, he has been going to more events than he's ever been. He just won a Mass Madness. So we can't have it both ways. We can't have it both ways. He's getting married? Look, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. And then, what else? Tori? Guess what happened to Tori at NGP? Well, first of all, guess what happened at Full-Time Big Mode last week? Guess what happened? Oh! Wait, why is this? Ben, why is this your profile picture? Yo. 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 That's tough. Why are we... Why is Martin... Anyway. Ben beat Tori. What's up with that? Alright? And then what happened at NGP? Just a couple days later. Tori lost to Russell? What's up with that? Lost to Noah? Let's go. What happened to Nick at this event? Oh! He lost to Russell? What's up with that? He lost to Noah? Let's go. We can't claim Russell yet? He's here, bro. He lives here. I don't care that he's been here for 5 days. He's literally working here. He has a home here. He lives here. He is our player. Massachusetts. All right? I don't want to hear it. We're the best state. We win all crew battles. We'll see anybody in 5v5s. Not gonna let Russell in Star League till May still him? That's not true, man. Don't say that, bro. Of course Russell would be eligible to play. Alright. So, I'm just being honest, alright? And we're only getting better. Like, we're only getting better. Alright? Like, these are not players like Noah, Devin, Ben. These are not players that, like, have been, stagnating. Alright? These are players that are only continuing to get better. They're only continuing to get better with us. Alright? Coffee and Russell are here, bro. Rex have been on the up. Yes. Thank you, Motobird. Thank you. Me? Look, you don't have to look at me. I'm in law school. I'm gonna start law school, alright? He's gonna move? Look, he's gonna move if he can't get a job. Alright? The hope is that we can get him a job. But until he moves, he's our player, alright? Massachusetts is the best state. I don't want to hear any ifs, ands, or buts about it. We got some people's numbers. We're locking in. We're on the up. We're the best state. That's it. That's it. That's the truth, folks. And you're not going to hear that anywhere else. Not going to hear that anywhere else. All right. With that being said, let's move on to our second to last. Again, we do have a hot take section, folks. We have a hot take. DM me your take. It's got to be a voice message. All right. I'll play the voice message. We already got one from Tech. Thank you, Tech. All right. Now, we gotta talk about the beef, chat. We gotta talk about what happened. Alright, let's pull it up. If you don't know, we did talk about this briefly last week because Arn went to Hog and Lottie unfortunately kind of got worked in Rio fashion. It is what it is. And I mentioned that, you know, it kind of plays into this narrative that is kind of true that Lottie has been, talking about, where CT players, they dodge the tournaments. Like, NGP is always stacked. It's lies for being able to take a game. That's what they're saying, man. That's what they're saying, man. I don't know. If he gets a job elsewhere, yeah. If he gets a job elsewhere, hopefully he gets a job in Massachusetts. He'll stay. All right. So, what are they saying? So it's kind of true. Like Hogs recently have not looked like NGPs. You know, like NG. Why is Hog so dead? I don't know. I don't know. But think about it. NGP. We just had Russell, Tory, Coffee, Nick. Well, let's talk about Massachusetts players. Coffee, Russell, me, Ben. Or actually, I don't think Ben was Ben. Had to leave, but he would have been there had he not had to leave. Max was here. Owen was here. Like all the SPR players, we always go regularly. All right, and then Hog, you don't see that. Nariel was at this event, bombs all night, and he didn't enter singles. What's up with that? Tommy. Okay, Tommy's going to Gommel. I'll give him the pass for this event, but he doesn't go to the other locals, and it's the summer. Actually, never mind. I take it back. Tommy's in New York, so never mind. They ever show up at 10 p.m.? All right, fair enough. Still, though, like it's the summer, man. Can we hold this thought for the winter? I feel like the middle of summer is weird. No, but I disagree, though. When it's the middle of summer, okay, I kind of half agree. I agree that the summer is always going to have a dip because people are doing other activities, but at the same time, we're comparing locals, right? NGP is stacked. And you're not seeing it with Hawk, right? And I understand why Lottie gets upset about that. It's not Artie's fault. It's just, it is what it is. It's just how it is. And Lottie's complaining about it. And I get it, right? So finally, right? Well, not finally. Eddie does go to the events at times. Okay? I saw Poonslayer in bracket before it started, but he wasn't there when it started. Yeah, okay. JD probably should have played, but we're still stacking without JD. A few people are dead broke or can't make it there anymore. A few of us retired. So the dead broke thing is worth noting. I don't know. I know NGP does a fund. I don't know if that's something that Hog or Artie could do potentially. I don't know. International students are grinding because they're free. Want to see him bracket? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I want to see him too. But girlfriend obligation. I got to play with him a bunch of video and he's planning on regular tenure. Okay, cool. So Eddie. So first of all, this event was kind of stacked. Tony, like stacked for a Hog. At this point, you don't need that many players stacked. Tony, Eddie, and Lottie are all at the. Tony gets upset by Crick 3-0. Apparently gets really upset at Eddie for being behind him and talking. And then DQs. Tony, what are we doing, man? Come on, just play out the bracket, dog. Like, whatever. And then Eddie makes it to Grands, okay, and has to play Lottie. All right, and Lottie's ready to be like, okay, I want to play a Falco player. I want to see what happens, you know. I want to play this New England PR player. All right, and Eddie goes Fox. Okay. What I was told is that Eddie had mentioned that he could beat Lottie with Fox. That's what I heard on commentary. Okay, I don't know. All right. So he goes Fox. He loses. Said okay. He sticks to Fox. Whatever. Goes down 0-2 and then switches to Falco. This is like, I'm gonna say it for the guy that always talks about people need to destroy their ego. They need to, you know, regularly get up and say how ass they are in the game. That they gotta see and be themselves, humble themselves. For the guy who does that, this is probably the least humbling behavior I've ever seen. Like, how about you stick it out? You know, if you lose, right? At least you stood on business. You said you'd go Fox. You said you thought you could beat Lottie with Fox. Try. Okay. And you stood on business. And you entered on your main account, which I respect. Okay. But going down 0-2 after playing 5 games of Fox and then switching to Falco is some BM behavior, and it's so ironic. It is so ironic to do it as Eddie, as the guy who is always about this ego. All right. And rightfully, Lottie gets pretty upset. All right. And you can go back to the chat logs. The receipts are there. New England Melee General, you can just scroll from last. Lottie's pretty clearly upset about it. No. Should have been just as mad. Maybe, But at least you stood on business. Like, she probably would have been upset still, for sure. She probably would say something like, you know, you finally come to an event and you go out against everybody except for me. Fair, okay? But it's so much worse to do this. Like, you give her the Falco, but you give it to her after you've basically taken away all her, like, spirit. By going all Fox, and then you finally go Falco. You play Falco against her in semis? Okay. That's fair. That's fair. But still, though, it just is such a bad vibe, man. Like, how about just stick to Fox? It'd be worse if Nerio did it. Eddie shows up every couple weeks. Yes. She could have used Falco one game out. I think it's not about the win. Like, I don't even know if Lottie would have won this. I don't think she would be. She probably would have been pretty upset about it still. It's not about the win necessarily or the loss. It's just about the vibe. Right? And it coming from Conflict himself. Understand, if this was anybody else, I would not care as much. But the fact that it comes from Eddie, the guy who always talks about how you gotta put your ego on the line and understand how shit you are at this game. This is a pretty big ego move. Can we agree, chat? Can we agree? Second lose Fox becomes a lose-lose situation? Yes. But at the very least, don't do this. This is, or at least go Falco for the second set, like fully. And I got 3-0 and locked him in again. No, but you did it for 2 games. Your ego, you should have kept your ego on the line. You clearly didn't. You that Falco. What's the reason you switched to Falco then? Because you thought you would lose. No. But you were saying that you were going to try and beat Lottie with Fox, and you thought you could beat her. So if you switch to Falco, you agree that you thought you would have had a better chance to win the Falco. And the only reason that you would do that in the same set is because you would have felt more hurt by losing. It's a pretty big ego move, and I would be less upset about it if it didn't come from Conflict himself, who is both less active than the average top player and is the guy who says destroy your ego. Up 2 Sockets 1, I missed 2 ledge and said, "Oh God, Tessa can't do this. I'm going back to Falco." That sounds to me like you didn't want to deal with the ego loss of losing his Fox. I don't know. You can spin it however you want, but it's a big ego move no matter what. You could take the names out of this. You could put anybody in. It's still an ego move. Like, we know how little your Fox plays, and we know that you wouldn't play Fox in the Falcon match. Let's be real. Okay? I know you say you would, but you obviously would not. You obviously would play Falcon. You lost a full set? Yeah, but it's not losing the tournament. You stand with Conflict? Dev Dog, no. Look, I'm just saying. It's just funny that it was Conflict that did it. If I had to play Puff Icy's next, okay, but you didn't have to play Puff Icy's next. He's been playing. Yeah, I understand he's been playing Fox, but still. Yeah, I get it. But I'm just saying, he wouldn't usually do this. Okay, he did this because he said he could beat Lottie with Fox. There's people, both Nerio was saying it, and he himself said it, that he thought he wanted to try and beat Lottie with Fox, and he said he could beat Lottie with Fox. Okay. But then you switch to Falco when it's on the line, the tournament's on the line. Why are we sugarcoating it? Because it's Conflict yet. It's not, like, let's be real for a second. This is the guy who always says you gotta put your ego on the line. How about putting your ego on the line and stick to Fox? Don't switch to your main when you're on the hot seat. How about that? In any case, it is what it is. It is what it is. Lottie's, I think, rightfully upset. Okay. It is what it is. I hope that I hope Lottie can close these sets at some point in the future. But again, it's not really about the win or loss. Like, I think she would have been also upset if she won and you went Falco for a game and she beat your Falco. Like, it's not about that. But at least Eddie goes to Hog. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, sure. But it's just like, in some ways it's worse for Eddie to be the one that goes to Hog and do this, because it just gives off the vibe that you're not actually about this shit. Lottie's just mad at me for wasting your time. Sorry, your E-Man thinks about it. All right, you don't have to care, but you're here anyway. You're watching me. You're watching me talk. So if you don't care, why are you watching me talk, bro? This is my point of view. You don't have to agree. You don't have to. Whatever, man. But I'm also just. This is also just. I'm just also being a messenger, and this is my opinion as well. Or mad at Tony for crashing. I am mad at Tony for crashing out, but like, that's not the situation we're talking about right now. Gotta deal with the challenge presented to you. Yeah, I don't think it's about the competition aspect. I don't think it's about the winner. Lottie's not complaining about losing, right? Lottie's complaining about the manner in which that Eddie's actions come across as. That's what it is, you know. And I agree. And it also, buy the merch Electro and Eric. If I takes one game off my Falcon Grand in this timeline, even if she wins, it's just bad vibes, man. But at least, but I don't know. It tells me that you don't have faith in Fox, and that you don't want to stand on the business that you were standing on before Grand. It's like, if you really believe that I don't know. If you really believe you can win with Fox, don't do it on the last game of the last game that you have to switch. It's just, I don't know. Again, it's not about us. Like, it's not. I don't think that's what Lottie's angle is, and that's not what my angle is either. It's just about the vibe, and it's just funny that it's conflict of all people. That's all. With that being said, that's all I have for this segment. I lost a full set. I tried my hand, couldn't do it. Try the other character I play in the matchup. Yeah, but just play Falco for the whole set then. Why play the 2 games out? It's because you knew that you wanted to win with Fox, and you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it, and you gave up. You couldn't do it, and you switched to Falco. And it's okay. Look, it is what it is, man. But just say it how it is. It's, you got scared that you couldn't do it with Fox. You didn't want to handle the loss, and you switched to Falco. That's what it was, man. It is what it is. I'm a duel man. Oh my goodness. That's just how it goes. All right. Anyway, that's it for the segment. We're gonna go into the hot takes. I only got one, but if you want to send it right now, you can. Of course. I'm gonna play the Love Shack message.
My hot take is we should have made an exception for David Cavar to play during New England Star League when he messed up the scheduling, or Johnny Zatagi and him had a miscommunication. I think that hurt Star League a little bit.
Okay, this is an interesting take. Let me explain. So, my perspective. So I'm trying to remember some of the things that I was thinking about at the time, right? So, I think the big thing is that David is our best player, right? David's our best player, and it can be easy. He could enter the game one, true. But let me just answer this, okay? So he's our best player, right? And so because of that, people have there's a sense of like, why would I go against David, right? He's our best player. I think Tommy is our best player, but like, you know what I mean? He's not active right now. Or he kind of is. Yeah, sure. He probably felt disrespected. I mean, he left the server, so he definitely did. But at the end of the day, Tio's going to make decisions, okay? And I'm just let me just kind of explain what I mean. So, first of all, when you make a decision like allowing him to go from, because when you start 0-1 in Star League, your bracket changes completely, right? You're playing. Oh, ads. Okay, I'll wait. All right, I'll wait. Let me try and gather my thoughts on this. Hunter, thank you for this description again, bro. Appreciate you. Kat, let me know when you're back. Hey, Tori kind of locked in the ladder. Hold on. Ads over. Okay. All right. So let me explain what I mean here. So here's the thing, right? When you go 0-1 in Swiss, right? You obviously play people who are in your record, right? You play people who are 0, okay? And if you win that, you play people who are 1-1. The problem is he was gonna be the 1 seed, okay? So when you take the 1 seed, and it's like sending the 1 seed into losers, right? Think about double limb bracket. This is why I'm a big double DQ in double limb. I don't know how other people feel. I don't know how the other team feel, but I'm a big believer of double DQ. I think it's the most fair way to do it. I don't think that people should get privileges because they're just better players and they should be able to play in losers. It fucks up the bracket for everybody. There's always complications, and maybe it feels bad for the player, but it is just the least. It's the most. And look, I'm not necessarily a utilitarian, but it's the most utilitarian decision you can make as a TO when you're trying to make people happy. All right, you make the least amount of people upset by just DQing the person, and it's on them to be there on time and not get DQ'd. All right. Similarly for Star League, when you mess, you have to you have to do the calculation to figure out who is David now going to play in the rest of Swiss bracket, right? Who is he going to have to compete against? What are the likely records to happen? And the only way that I would have felt comfortable, or that anybody could feel comfortable doing that, is to like go out of your way to then go ask everybody else and be like, hey, I know that David was supposed to be here and he was going to be DQ'd, but we want to get him back. And do you feel comfortable, potentially playing him in the bracket? And, there was several people who said that they would feel. But the thing is, it wasn't everybody. It was like 5 people. Number one, it was like 5 people who said it. It was not everybody. Like, it was not all 15 other players were like, oh, I'm cool with playing. Number one. But even if that was the case, number 2 is that because it's David, right? Think about it. David is this like, he is New England. He represents New England entirely. And he is just the guy in New England. He's been that for years at this point. Think about the power dynamic in that situation, right? It is hard for people to really go out of their way to say no to that. Like, is it easy for a player to come out and say, no, I don't want David. I think it's unfair. No, that's not easy to do, because then you have to publicly say that and stand on business on that. And now you have to stand on business against top player who's like the guy in New England, and you don't want to make enemies. Like, you don't want to be an enemy. Or, not to say that David is like a bad guy, but it's just like, the power dynamic exists, and people can disagree about that and whatever. But as a TO, these are concerns you have to take into account. It's the same reason why, when someone pauses, you don't ask the player that got paused on whether they want to take the stock or not. You as a TO have to make that decision, because it's harder for the player. The player is always going to feel a little bit more to not make a fuss about it and just take the L. And it is what it is. But as a TO, you have to consider those factors, because you don't want people to feel bad about it. You have to just say, look, it's a stock loss. It's not on the player. I don't care if the player doesn't want you to take a stock loss. I'm telling you to take a stock loss. You got to do what you got to do. All right. As a TO, these are factors you have to consider. Okay. And I understand as a player, it's not something you're always thinking about. But this is the things as a TO you have to think about. So in that moment, I was thinking, well, first of all, not everybody said yes. But even if I were to get 15 other yeses, how genuine do I know they're being? It's hard to say. You know what I mean? Because it's Calvar, right? But if it was like Loveshite, for example, right? Who's like, a player that some people know, maybe others don't know, maybe people are more comfortable, like, disagreeing with publicly, then maybe you could argue being more, like, lenient there, right? But it's fucking Calvar. So are people really go out of their way to say no to him? It just seems, as a TO, it's a factor you have to consider. So that's my argument. That's my case. That's my perspective. I would still make the decision today if it happened. And I think that, like, again, it's similar to the double DQ situation. It's similar to the, pausing during a stock, during teams or whatever. These are just situations that, like, as a TO, you have to take the L, and you can't put it on the players, because it's so much stress. Like, it's like, because then think about it. Then you have to think about all the things that could happen afterwards. I can totally see a world where, like, one of the players says yes, and then what? Like, a week down the line, someone that got upset by David is complaining about it. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I had to fucking play David. What am I supposed to say? Oh, you agreed to let him? It's just like, I don't know. It shouldn't have been on them in the first place. It should be on me, and I gotta hold them, right? So It's just me making the most utilitarian decision that I think is the most fair as well. So that's my take. But yeah, I appreciate. Do you think it hurt Star League though? Do I think it hurt Star League? It depends on what you mean by hurt. No, I don't think. I mean, as a brand, sure. I guess you can argue like not having Calvar play hurts Star League, but it's not about that for me. It's about the players. It's about the ethics of it. It's about my integrity as a TO. All that stuff. It takes priority, and all these little things add up. Players getting upset about it later, or feeling like they feel stressed or anxious about making a decision, right? Etc. Etc. All that stuff adds up. So it's like maybe it hurts the brand slightly because we don't have David there at our finals, but I think as a whole, on a utilitarian level, no. I think it actually is the most helpful decision to make in that situation. So I stand on it. I would do it again if it happened today. And I think that there's ways we can improve it. You know, I think that we can be more. One of the things that I talked to didn't agree with the decision then. That's fine. That's totally fine. I think as a TO, like, it's just on me, and I know this. Like, I get, obviously, you know, jokes aside, people, you know, they're always like shit talking and making about like whatever decisions that I make. You know, whether it's about like TOing Star League or, you know, whatever the case may be. And like, I get it. It is what it is, and I don't take any offense to it. You know, but it's just like I have to help integrity as a somewhat of a community leader. I know I've stepped down in some positions, but like, you know, in these areas. And so, yeah, it's fine. You disagree. I get it. It is what it is. That's just kind of my perspective as a TO. But all the TOs can be different. People can have different opinions and act differently. But at the end of the day, that's just my perspective. Can't help but feel like no top player wants to dodge number one. Are you talking about in this situation? Well, the thing is that Star League wasn't only top player. It was also just like made up of two. I mean, it's a whole wide range of players, right? So maybe if they were all New England PR players, right? This is where the nuance comes in, right? If they were all New England PR players, I could maybe be a little bit more like honest, because it's like, okay, now they feel like they can stand on their own 2 feet again, like with David, because they're both on the graphic, they're talked about together as PR players. But when you have this power dynamic that can exist, that creates a little issue. So anyway, that's my perspective. I appreciate the question. I think it's a good question. I know people did it back then, and I get it. And that just allowed me to like explain myself a little bit. But yeah, I always try to make decisions with the most integrity I can make, and not everyone's gonna agree with that, and that's fine. But anyway, with that being said, shout outs to everybody that joined the stream today. Thank you for all the subs, 6 subscribers. Thank you. Love the support. I think we probably won't be able to do one next week because it's Supernova. Maybe I'll do like a little live one in person potentially. Maybe if other people want to do it, we could maybe talk about it. Like as a like a special pod with people live there. I don't know. Maybe I would probably err on the side of that not happening, but and then yeah, I think this might be the last one for a little bit, because maybe 2 Fridays from now, the 14th, I'll be available, but law school, my orientation's 12th, so hard to say. I hope you've enjoyed the pod. I'll try and do them as much as I can. I don't know what the situation is going to look like, but thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the support. Appreciate the love, and let's see if we can raid somebody. What are the options looking like? Thank you, Bells. Okay, Kyle is streaming. Wait a minute. I might just send you the Kyle. And she's playing Melee. Okay, cool. I'll send you all the Kyle. E-while. Alright. Let me do this. Farewell. Thank you. Thanks for support, y'all. Appreciate y'all. See y'all when I see y'all. Let me hold on. Let me actually do the raid properly. Hold on. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here. 0707, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the support. See y'all when I see y'all. Go to your locals. Watch Gommel this weekend. Shouts out on New England players. Good luck this weekend. Good luck, everybody. Peace.